Every one of us here on stage and the many backstage, we are honored. I can't tell you how much honored we are to continue with Mr. Chiam's legacy. And the only way that this legacy can continue is if you put us into Parliament and continue the legacy and the work of Mr. Chiam. Some of you will know at the last election, I was here with Mr. Chiam, with Hamim, with Wilfred, with Jimmy Lee. And if you forget, we had 43.6% of the votes. For a constituency that has not been contested for a very long time. And for the rest of you who did not vote for us, I completely and totally understand. Some of you have come to tell me personally, a lady in an MRT came and said, Mr. Pwee, thank you so much for coming and giving us a choice. But I want to tell you, I support you, I support Mr. Chiam, I support the SPP, but I want to tell you, I want to apologize to you. And she said to me, and she's a lawyer with a master's in law, she said to me, I'm going to support the PAP because I don't want my son to lose his scholarship. I don't want my daughter to lose her job. And my heart sank because if you are afraid, then you will never put other credible people into Parliament to represent your voice. And I ask you tonight, not be afraid, to hold your head up high. Those of you who voted for us, 43%, I ask for 7, 8%, give us a 50.001% to cross that line and send us into Parliament. I'd like to tell you that in the past few years since the 2011 election, we may not have succeeded in Bishan Toa Payoh. And if you look at the votes, Mrs. Chiam may not have succeeded in Potong Pasir. But Mrs. Chiam has been the only other non-PAP, non-Workers' Party member of Parliament as NCMP. And she has held her ground and she has continued Mr. Chiam's legacy. And we hope and we ask you, all of you in the cameras watching us, send Ravi of Hong Kong North, send Jeanette of Mountbatten, some Mrs. Chiam of Potong Pasir, and send us in Bishan Toa Payoh into Parliament. On nomination day, we went to a school near here in Bishan, and we were given tags. So I was given tag that says candidate. Another one was assentor. Another one was secondor. And there was a tag that says one other person. And I'm not kidding you, right? There's a tag that says one other person. Because other than those that have been appointed to come, there could be one other person who come. And over the past 4 years, SPP in the form of Mrs. Chiam has been that one other party in Parliament. Let us continue to be that one other party in Parliament that keeps both parties in check. I'm going to do a very quick advertisement. Those of you who were here in the last election and those of you who were not, we have a photo book of all the pictures of the last election for us to relive Mr. Chiam's last standing as a candidate for the last GE2011. This is available at the corner in our book stand. We have many copies, and I encourage you to take this because after next week, we will come up with the photo book of GE2015, and the last chapter would be when you send us into Parliament. Some of you may have read the Straits Times, and the Straits Times front page says that there are 5 hot seats in this year's election. You know where they are. But as we read that, we realized that Bishan Toa Payoh is not one of the 5 hot seats. And do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because I've been asking around and hearing. It's because the PAP are convinced that the ground is sweet for them in Bishan Toa Payoh. And the PAP are convinced that they will win Bishan Toa Payoh. And we are here to give you a choice to prove them wrong. I know our transport minister has stepped down. And many say, oh, transport minister gone, so now nobody to complain to, right? Nobody to complain about, and nobody to go and point at during the election. Do you know that one of the PAP MPs, her name is Josephine Teo, is Minister of State for Transport? And she has kept quiet over the past 4 years with every MRT breakdown. She, on the PAP slate, I'm going to ask you, should take the responsibility for our transport issues because the transport minister has stepped down and she is next in line. Josephine and I were in school together. But she beat me, to go into Parliament by many years. And at the last election, she talked about a little stone cat in one of the parks in Bishan that she knew about. And I challenged and said, okay, you know about that little stone, I think it was a cat or a duck, but do you know about the problems of the residents? So this time around, a resident came to me at one of our walkabouts and said that she mentioned to Josephine Teo, there is a lot of dog waste, dog poo, right, 狗粪, in the parks in Bishan Toa Payoh, and can something be done of it? Now, I can only tell you what the residents said because I wasn't there. And we listen and we hear, and this resident said that the response she got was that I'm not in charge of dogs. No, she's in charge of transport. I'd like to tell you what voting an MP really is. Because the role of an MP has been confused with a lot of issues around town councils. And ultimately, the role of an MP is a person that understands the issues that you have and turn and face the government, face the PAP, and tell them where the issues are that our constituents are not happy about and where policy changes needs to be made to be different in consideration of the people. There are times when an MP needs to turn and face the people and represent the government and explain policies to you. But I think that must happen only after an MP first has heard you. So you've seen and heard my fellow teammates. They are very real people. They are polytechnic grads. They are people with children. They are people who have gone through going out of a job. And we ask you to send us into Parliament so that we can represent who you are. So thank you very much for coming tonight. And I ask you to vote Mr. Cham Si Tong's team, the SPP, for Bishan Toa Payoh. Thank you.